guys, welcome back to Vintology by Lola. Thanks for stopping by. It's been a while. And as soon as I turn on the camera, I think, what am I going to talk about today? Okay, so today I'm going to talk about what I've been up to lately. I think it took me a little while after Christmas to get my mojo back because it was about 5 days before Christmas and I decided that I was going to knit hats for my two daughters, my two granddaughters, and myself. And I wanted to show you the hats that I made. This was my hat, but I used the same pattern, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. I used Malabrigo yarn, and I have a friend who I taught to knit many years ago who now has her own company. I think I told you about it. It's called Pea Pods and Pearls. She's on Instagram. And she also makes her own pom-poms. So I bought all my pom-poms from her. And then when I was at Hobby Lobby, they had little leather pieces that you could put on the hats. And I put a different one on everyone's hat. And then mine says handmade. And then I just put it on with, oh, what are they called? They're not called brads. They are called eyelets. Yes, I put it on with eyelets. But I wanted to show you something really cool about my friend's pom-poms. Like I said, it's Pea Pods and Pearls. But a lot of times we don't wash our hats because we don't want to ruin the pom-poms. Well, you can take her pom-pom off with this slider. So it comes off. And you can take it off, wash your hat, and of course, if you're going to wash this one, you have to be really careful because it's 100% wool, and it will felt if you wash it in hot water, so I have to hand wash it in cold and line dry it flat. But here's how you put it back on. So I'm just going to put this back in through here. And of course, only because I'm on camera, you guys, it won't go through. But it just goes on through here and it flows like this. So when I'm done, I would just put it back on through the top here. This was just the coolest idea. I know that there are some people out there who do snaps, which I think is just as slick. But I have to say, I do love this idea because I love the idea of not having a cold metal snap in the state of Minnesota, which it really feels like winter today, you guys. We had huge winds, lots of snow, as I'm trying to show you this. And like I said, you know, you get on camera and nothing goes right. I don't know how actors and actresses do it. Okay, so then I'm going to do this, and then I just push down on this. And I send it through. Oops, I'm going to send them both through though. Send them both through. Like that. Pull it on as tight as you want it. And you can definitely cut these off. But then my hat is back to the way it was. And that's all there is to it. So I whipped up 5 of these hats in 5 days. The pattern's super simple. It's really easy and it's a chunky yarn. I did it with a size 13 and a 15 needle. So it was really easy, but that was one of the things I did. But after I did those, I needed a little bit of a break. But then my favorite holiday is coming. So I've been doing a couple Valentine's-y things. So I thought I'd share a couple things with you that I've been doing. I've been trying to get ready for a swap, but I also had some fun. I know there are people who go online and print out digitals, and I have done very little of that, but I found this gal, and her name is KB and Friends, and she's on Etsy, and she does vintage, retro, and whimsical designs. And when I saw this box, you guys, I just flipped. I absolutely flipped. My nickname is Cutie. That's what my husband calls me. Please don't laugh. Don't make comments about it. I've been married for 33 years. That is what he's always called me. But anyway, when I saw this, I just flipped. So it was, I'm going to say $3. It comes like this. So you print out this and you print out this. And then I thought I'd show you. Then I literally cut it out. So then you cut it out like this. Then what I did was I took an X-Acto knife and I just cut out this yellow piece here, okay? And then I put, I can take any one of these, I guess. And then I just put double-sided tape underneath. You guys, for all of you who are crafters, I know I'm not telling you anything you don't know, so please forgive me. But then I just put on a piece of clear transparency, and I always want to say transparency, and I know that's not right. I'm dating myself. A piece of, well, it is transparency. Anyway, and I put that in there, and I had used Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, and I used Vintage Photo, and I had gone around all of the edges, and it was funny because when my daughter came over and saw just the first box I did, she goes, "You're not going to give that box away. I mean, that's too cute. That's like something that Dad gave you, right?" And I said, "Honey, I made it." And she goes, "What do you mean you made it?" I said, "I printed it out, I cut it out, and I made it." And so I'm going to put candy in it. And I thought it would be just so cute to send out as Happy Mail. It's so cute. Look at it, you guys. Look at how cute she is. And it's so cute. Distributed by Sweet Tooth Industries. And then over here it says, "Made with love, the finest ingredients, tasty and delicious." I think they took a total of, probably the first one took me half an hour to cut it out, to get it exactly the way I wanted it. Then it was 15 minutes. So it was so great. Then after, she has other boxes too. If you go to her site, she probably has like 6 different designs for these cute like boxes. But then I also bought her Valentine package for her cut aparts. So I just sat in front of the TV one night and just cut apart all of her vintage cut apart stuff. And that was just great. And I did the same thing. I just used Tim Holtz oxide, distressed oxide, and I only use Vintage Photo for this kind of stuff. And I just vintaged them up. I mean, you cannot even tell that I printed that up off the computer. They are so cute. And little game-o-matics. Look at how cute these are, you guys. They are so sweet. And it is so hard, I am telling you. With my name, obviously, I love vintage. Vintology by Lola. It is so hard to find this stuff. I mean, short of going to the antique stores, you can't find anything old. So, and I have some old stuff, but I don't necessarily want to use it on all my crafting stuff. So this, I feel like I can make it look the way I want it to look without it being an arm and a leg for expense. And then I can use it with the stuff that I already have in my stash, which seems to be the theme of the year, which I love, is let's use up our stash. So that's one of the things I was doing. Another thing I decided to do was, I had bought these, I think they were on clearance or something at Hobby Lobby or something a while ago. And I had found them in my stash, oh, I'm going to say a couple months ago. And they look like they look like hoops. And they were in the stitching section. And then at a garage sale years ago, I mean, I am talking probably between 7 and 10 years ago, I got this for $1, and I thought, oh, someday I'll use it. And it's the ball and chain cord, or ball and chain, and then I have the little teeny tiny pieces that go with it. And I thought someday I'll use it. Well, I came up with this idea. I had seen something somewhere on a video. I can't totally say it was original because it's not. That someone had taken and turned them, turned these little hoopy things, wooden things, into embellishments for journals. And I thought, well, wouldn't those be cute for Valentine's Day? So today I decided I would dink around and see what I could come up with. I had ordered some stuff from Donna Little, and she sells vintage lace and, oh, what else does she sell? Vintage lace and doilies and old pieces of wedding dresses, and she just sells some really great stuff. Well, I had ordered some stuff from her, and it had come, and I really liked it, but I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And it was pieces, and so I cut them apart, and I had taken the chain. So I cut a small piece of chain, put it on here, and it's not a bracelet or a necklace. It's just supposed to be a doohickey. And I went through my stash and I found words that were tiny. So I covered the inside with muslin, so you couldn't see the inside. So the piece here, this piece in here, I covered with muslin, and then I used Timmy again. I used his Distressed Oxide and did all this in that brown. Then I covered this with lace and put some beads and put a word on it. And then I used the other half of the piece of vintage doily for the back, so it had something on the back too if it spun. I didn't like it the way it just looked, so I decided to take some more vintage lace that I had, and it's more like, this was more vintagey twine. And then I put some beads or charms on it, and this one just happens to say, what does this one say? This one says friends, and it says friends there, and then it was a tiny little heart. And I just thought this was so cute. So you could actually put this on the spine of a scrapbook. You could put it inside of an embellishment book. You could hang it, even if you wanted, you could hang it from your windshield. You could hang it if you have like a little hook somewhere and you just hang it from a mirror. You could put it somewhere at work. So I did this one. I did this one that says Be True, and that one has a green rhinestone and a little flower. And then I have a vintage button that I cut the shank off that has a rhinestone on it, and this one says Be True. And this was part of a pin that I cut apart. I just went through my junk and said, I'm just going to junk it up. And so then this one I took and I put, it says hello, and these are old mother of pearl buttons. And I put these sweet little pinkish, kind of pearly, peachy beads and a key, and I put that one. And then I did this one that says heart, and then I did a dangling heart on it with a green button. And then I had this. This was just all stuff that I had just in my, I have like a junky button container that I have that's really just stuff that I've collected, like subway tokens and weird kind of broken antique pieces of jewelry and old clip-on earrings and stuff that I never know what I'm going to do with. Well, this is kind of what I do with it, is when because this was part of a pin that had like 4 pieces like this, and I just it was broken, and so I took 3 of them and just broke off the back part of the pin and used this and put a key on it, Love Life, and that one had a heart and little teeny tiny rhinestones. I don't even know if you can see them. Teeny tiny little things. So I just kind of thought those were sweet. So I did those. So that's that's another thing I've been working on. Then last week I was having fun and I decided that I was so tired of losing the pin for, I don't know, I am sure that I am not the first, last, or only person who has lost the pin for their glitter glue. So I had a bunch of these. And so since we are trying to use up what we have in our stash, I do have a gazillion, and they don't stand because they don't have any glue in them. I thought they would be really cute little swap gifts. So I made a bunch of glue bottle charms, and I just thought I'll just have them ready to go just like this. But the only problem is, and buyer beware, so when you get them, or if you get one from me, these are not stainless steel. I just did it on a head pin. So the head pin fit great, and I was not going to try to dink around with trying to find a pin that fit, because I went to Hobby Lobby and the lady was less than thrilled when I said, can we open a package of pins since your pins don't actually say millimeters on them? So I was not going to buy 15 packages of pins trying to find the pins that fit. So I said, you know what? I'm going to see what I have at home. Again, trying to use what I had in my stash. And so I found that the head pins worked, and actually it's an eye pin because it's got the eye on it. It's not really a head pin. I used the eye pin and it worked really well. So I made this one, and like I said, they do not stand up because they don't have glue in them. And I made the purple one with the star. And I actually made a couple purple ones. And I did another purple one, and I guess this baby came out because I made this one too, you guys. So I just kind of thought those would be fun, and I was trying to think, what would I like as a gift? Something a little bit different than and there's nothing, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with stickers. Love stickers, and I love the stuff that I get, but I just love getting stuff that's made, handmade. So I thought, oh, well, this is something so simple. And for me, I think I made these 4 in less than an hour and a half. It just didn't take any time. I put a chain, I just make, because I do it like assembly line. I just do all the beads, and then I just put them all on the charms, and then I cut them apart. So I made those. So I thought those were kind of cute. This is the one that I made for myself. This one for me, which is a little bit more foo-foo-y and a little more pink. But I thought that was cute. So I made those. So I did that. That was kind of fun. Then, let's see, moving on, what did I do? Well, I did a challenge for Donna Little, and probably most of you saw that. I think I did, well, I did the YouTube challenge. I showed this one, and then I made this one, and this one turned out so cute that I decided that I'm going to send it to my gal for the swap. And this was the one that I made for Donna Little's challenge, which was, it had to be something that it used doilies and ribbons and buttons. And then I made another one. And then I just wanted to tell you guys, these bags from Target, oh my gosh, preciousness. So it's $3 for these baking gifting set. And it's 15 bags, 15 stickers, 15 tags, and the twine. These bags are so nice. Oh my gosh. I am going to go back. I am going to, they're probably gone now, but I am going to go back and buy some more of these bags simply because for swapping and stuff, they are so nice. They're kind of heavy. And then it comes with these big, huge stickers. They're just so nice. They're just really nice bags. So I made this one, and this one turned out so cute. It was all pinks and feathers and rhinestones. So I did that. That was kind of cute. Thought I'd share that with you too. Then you probably saw these. Well, maybe if you're not on Coffee, Cake, and Crafting, you didn't. Coffee, Cake, and Crafting is having 52 projects. So you do one a week. And of course, I only did the first week. I didn't do the second week or the third week. I only did the other week, the first week. So ha for me. But anyway, this turned out so cute. This one was okay. This was the first one, and this was where they are really cute. So you open it up and it's, sorry, I need a sip of water. Oh, okay. So it's really cute. It's got the 2 pockets and it's got the paper. It's so cute. I just don't like the way this one turned out. There's just, I love this paper. It's Hello Gorgeous. I absolutely love this paper line, but there's something about this I don't like. It needs something. It needs something on here. It is just too plain for me, but it's supposed to be something that you take notes in. So I'm like, well, I can't put too much on it if it's supposed to do that. So then I decided to do something a little different. And then I did the hip, is it called hip hooray or hooray? It's by My Mind's Eye Hooray or something. And I love this paper too. And one of my dearest friends gave me this because it was my birthday about 2.5 weeks ago. And she gave me this card, and it's her and I totally, except that she always dresses like this, and this is kind of me, like funky, and she's always looking the best. And then I thought this was so cute, a force to be reckoned with. And then to do the teal seam binding was perfect. It was just absolutely perfect. So I loved that because just plain cover, the other one, didn't work for me. So then I just made some pop-outs and put some other stuff in it and kept the inside simple, but I love the polka dots and the stripes together. I love that combination. So that was fun. So I did that. Then just a couple things for Valentine's Day, you guys. You know, I'm doing, I crocheted a bunch of my hearts that I always do. I do these every year. They're super simple. And I always use, this year I was excited. They came out with Scrub in Pink, which is the scrubby stuff that you can use to make scrubby dish, those dish scrubbers. What are they called? Dish scrubbers. That's what they're called, dish scrubbers. I added those to the pink ones, and then I did 2 colors for the pink. I did like a fuchsia and a light pink, and then I always do the teal green, and I did a game card behind this one so you can use it afterwards. And then this one is just a really nice piece of foil paper that if you wanted, you could use afterwards too. I did that. And then lastly, I was trying to think of something a little bit different than an embellishment box. And so I had bought these boxes at Joann's when they were on sale, and I don't know what I paid. I know someone always, I know people like to know what people paid for it. I really don't remember what I paid for it. I'm going to say I paid like $1.79 or something. Probably, it was not a dollar store thing, so it was more than $1. But it was a little bit different, and I liked that it was, that it had slots instead of just little squares. So I decided I wanted to use some of my Valentine's stuff that I had just pulled out. Didn't buy anything for it. So this was washi tape I had. This was old vintage, a little bit of lace I had. This was more lace that I have that I'm going to be very sad when it's gone because I absolutely love this stuff. This was a doily. This was an old piece of a actual Valentine that I loved, but it was just little. And this was an old piece, so old. Oh my gosh. Like archivers bought it before. I cut out a heart and I had little tiny keys, and I don't even know where I got that from, but I die cut that. Just went through my buttons. This was a piece of scrapbook paper, a Tim Holtz arrow, and some little keys. And then I just put a piece of glitter on there. And then when you open it up, that's the paper I put on the back, the polka dots. But I decided to fill it with vintage lace. So this is long lace. So each one of these, this is the width of the lace. So what is that? That one's almost 4 inches. So they're all about 4-inch lace. And some of them are folded in half so they're even longer. So I tucked them underneath here. And then I just, I actually then just tied them with some brown and gold, depending upon which one I felt like, twine, and kind of thinking it was kind of vintagey, and thought that it would be cute in there. And I just thought it was just something a little bit different. It wasn't just embellishments. And there's at least a yard of each one, so whoever gets it, you'll have fun playing with it. So that is what I have been up to, people. Trying to use what I've got. Now I've got a couple things that I still have to finish, and I have some couple things I gotta get off into the mail and stuff. So, well, it did close. There we go. Sorry. So that's about all for now. Hopefully things are going well for all of you. I appreciate you stopping by. If you are just stopping by for the first time, I hope you click the button and you join the subscribe button. If you are new to my channel, I hope you find something that you enjoy. And if you are an oldie but a goodie, thanks for sticking with me. I haven't done any videos in a while, guys, so thanks. I appreciate it. So until later, take it easy. Have a good weekend and stay warm. Hopefully people have off for Martin Luther King Day on Monday. And we all have a 3-day weekend, at least for school we do here. Hopefully you do too. And I will talk to you sooner than later, people. Peace out.